In play therapy, children are never expected to talk. They're communicating what's going on internally through their play experience. The toys are their words and play is their language. My name is Brittany Phillips. I am an assistant professor in the counseling graduate training program. Play therapy is a beautiful experience where a play therapist is trained to support a child dealing with various array of difficult experiences. There's definitely new evolving research around the power of play, but it started in the 1900s where people were studying the impact of play and how they could take typical counseling theories and how it could be applied to play therapy. Our course focuses on child-centered play therapy initially. It's a foundational, non-directive approach where a child is able to play freely however they wish, and the play therapist just provides support and tracks what's going on and reflects feeling and reflects content about the play therapy session, and the child is able to process their emotions through that play experience. The toys are their words and play is their language. They're communicating what's going on internally through their play experience. And so a play therapist simply states what's going on. So if a child has a car and is moving it back and forth, you might say, "You're moving that back and forth," or "You're choosing exactly what you want to do with that." And it's really validating and empowering for children to hear what they're doing, and that brings some awareness to them about that internal processing. If a child does choose to speak and is talking about something, then a play therapist is able to just reflect back in a summary. And then reflecting feeling is where if a child is playing out a play experience and they're showing or expressing emotion, then the play therapist is able to identify that emotion. And there's a lot of research supporting child-centered play therapy. A benefit is increased self-understanding. A child hearing that tracking and hearing the reflecting of content and feeling, they are able to learn more about themselves. They're able to self-regulate and learn how to manage difficult feelings and difficult behaviors. With children, they don't have as much emotional identification or understanding. That's something that is developing as they grow. And so a really foundational goal in play therapy is allowing the child to learn about emotions and to identify, this is what I'm feeling and this is what I'm experiencing. Even for adults, emotions can be really confusing and conflicting. And so it's a really beautiful experience in play therapy to be able to provide that awareness and help them learn control over their emotional experience. There are other approaches to play therapy that have also shown a lot of promise and evidence in research. And so one of those is TheraPlay, where we include the parents and we provide more directive approaches, playing games. There's also feeding exercises where they feed each other, and research shows that that's really beneficial in creating attachment, which is great for children who've potentially been adopted, and maybe there isn't that initial attachment bond, and that is really effective, and there's a lot of research supporting that. There's newer research focusing on nature-based play therapy, so having a play therapy space in an outdoor setting with similar toys, figurines, and sand, and different sorts of play items, and it's just structured in an outdoor environment, and that has been really promising and being really effective play therapy. There's a newer approach called alt play, focusing on neurodivergent children and helping support children with autism, and so that is also a newer approach that is really promising in the research as well. Any child can benefit from play therapy. There is learning that can happen for any child. We know that life is unpredictable, and so with these skills early on, they will better be able to manage potential future mental health issues or difficulties that arise in their life. And that's a really powerful thing for children to be empowered early on, to be able to identify mental health symptoms, difficult emotions, and be able to function better throughout their life.